Hey, what's up guys, this is KDCloudy and I'm redoing this video, and this was supposed to be a totally different video, a review video of the display of the OnePlus 8 Pro where I raved about the 120Hz and the HDR playback and all that stuff. And I would proudly claim that I have been one of the few lucky owners, and my unit of the OnePlus 8 Pro is free from any display issues at all. But right after I shot that video and edited it and went back to bed, I had some interesting findings, and now I cannot say the same anymore. Now, just to preface you, if you did not know already, a lot of users are facing display issues with the OnePlus 8 Pro. Reddit, the OnePlus subreddit, is kind of in a state of paranoia. Potential buyers are in a general state of paranoia, and rightly so. There have been a myriad of reports regarding the display issue of the OnePlus 8 Pro, including issues like green tinting, uh, hole punch banding, black crush, image retention, and all of these stuff. Like, multiple users are facing of these issues, and the issue I personally faced was the hole punch banding. But a couple of nights ago, just as I was about to sleep, and it was a totally dark room and my brightness was set to the lowest, I was scrolling through some articles on Chrome. When I closed all the tabs, I was able to see that black band or that bar around that hole punch, and just show it on new camera. That's how it looks like, and it's a little bit exaggerated on camera because of the high ISO. But yeah, there you go. I actually have an issue on my OnePlus 8 Pro, and honestly, I wouldn't lie, it kind of freaked me out. Now, just to clarify, this was the only issue I faced. I ran multiple tests for the previous version of this video I did, where I checked for black crush and green tinting through multiple calibration tests as prescribed by a Reddit post, which I'll link down below. It's very informative, very thorough. You can check that out if you want some additional reference. But yeah, I compared it to my dad's OnePlus 5 Pro. There were no signs of green tint. Now, before we get further, you should know about this abnormality. Not exactly an issue, but an abnormality with the OnePlus 8 Pro displays is that when you set the brightness setting to all the way down, it still doesn't get very dim. It's plenty bright. Now, keeping that aside, I was also able to recreate intentionally the black crush issue on the OnePlus 8 Pro, and that's by turning on this feature called DC dimming. If you don't know what DC dimming is, it basically reduces the amount of power you can supply to the display. So after that turned on, I found out that you can actually lower down and reduce the brightness even more than that exaggerated threshold. And when you do that, you can see some very evident black crush. I tried it with an MKBHD video, and as you can see, the shadows are really bad right now. Now, obviously, this is just like a test and experiment. It does not happen by default. So, like, it's not really that big of an issue. It's not really a hardware thing. Now, from all of these findings, it seems like all of the issues surrounding the display of the OnePlus 8 Pro only take place when the brightness is set to the absolute lowest. And I think to cover it up or to fix, with the recent software updates, OnePlus basically pushed that lowest brightness setting, that threshold, to a little bit high. And when you turn DC dimming on, and when you go past and below that threshold, when you force it to go dimmer than it actually should be, then you get those issues like black crush. But going back to that hole punch banding issue, it happens with or without DC dimming on. And just to be fair, it's actually pretty minor. It only happens in a dark room, only happens in the lowest brightness, and only happens in that shade of gray found in that Chrome app in dark mode. So yeah, I'll probably not return this unit. So it's been a couple of days since I shot that, and contrary to what I just said right now, I did issue a return request to Amazon for the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now, the Amazon return process is pretty comprehensive when it comes to smartphones. It was pretty elaborate. They won't just take your word for it. They will actually send a technician to actually inspect if something is wrong with the device, or did you damage it, or there's nothing wrong at all. So I did have an Amazon guy come at my address, all safety measures taken care of. But yeah, he did notice the differences, and I did show him the picture and the footage, and he escalated my issue. And after that, getting on the phone, getting on a call with the customer service, they offered me a full refund since replacement units were not available. So yeah, I'll be getting a full refund. This goes back to Amazon/OnePlus, and officially, as of right now, I'm done with the OnePlus 8 Pro. But no, seriously, like except for that minor display issue, it has been a delight using the OnePlus 8 Pro. Like the build, the great set of cameras, and wireless charging, warp charging has been a game changer. So yeah, all of that combined with that great display when it's working properly, I had some amazing time watching a lot of movies, a lot of HDR content, and I was gonna rave about it, but because of the defect, I just cannot. I just cannot recommend a OnePlus 8 Pro to anyone who's buying. And I've gotten a pretty good amount of comments in my previous video and getting some tweets on my Twitter timeline. And pretty much everybody is facing some or the other defect with the OnePlus 8 Pro. And honestly, it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing and sad that a company like OnePlus, who's made some great smartphones in the past, is having troubles like with these petty quality control issues, and that too on a 50,000 plus smartphone. So because of all that, like I said, it's really hard to recommend such an expensive purchase if you are gonna get all of these cheap petty quality control issues. Okay, so that being said, the pickup is scheduled to happen in a couple of days, and it means goodbye to OnePlus 8 Pro. And yeah, I'm kind of sad to let this device go. I'm not gonna lie, since this was a great device and a huge upgrade for my Redmi Note 7 Pro. But yeah, I do have some videos lined up. I did shoot a bunch of footage and a couple of videos in production, so I will be uploading those. Well, otherwise it would be a waste of effort. But I honestly, I haven't given a thought to what I would buy next. Maybe the OnePlus Nord, or wait a couple of months and get the iPhone 12. Who knows? But I'm not gonna ignore and live with a phone with a display defect, which costs 50,000 rupees, and neither should you. So yeah, I guess don't buy the OnePlus 8 Pro. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.